Imagine being able to wake up one day from anywhere in the world you decided and have complete control over your calendar and what you were going to do that day. Did you know that by the end of this year alone, there's going to be over 35 million digital nomads all working online, traveling the world? And as ridiculous and unbelievable as this sounds, that number is expected to reach up to 1 billion people over the next 10 years. And ultimately, with all that said and done, what this means is there has never been a better time to start an online business than right now. And so in this video today, I'm going to be sharing a battle-proven 5-step system to creating your first several $1,000s a month online, even if you've got no experience making a single penny online, so you can create a life of freedom and travel the world. And I've used this same 5-step system to launch several different online businesses that have made between $2,000 and $6,000 a month that have allowed me to create a life of freedom. It's leveraging this system which has allowed me to go from sleeping in my car and sleeping on couches, £25,000 in debt with a 248 credit score, to traveling the world, earning money online and fulfilling my dream of moving here to Bangkok, Thailand. I'm now living a life that for me was just once a pipe dream. I never actually thought that this would be possible for me, and now this is my life, and I want the same for you as well. So let's dive into this 5-step system right now. Now, step 1 of this system is to find your ikigai. Now, your ikigai loosely translates to your reason for being. And ikigai is the intersection between what you're good at, what you love, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Now, here's the thing with your ikigai, right? You don't create your ikigai, you discover it. And the only way to discover your ikigai, to discover your reason for being, to discover the thing that you can be paid for to do what you love, is you have to get started. Because it's along the journey of getting going that your ikigai will become clearer and clearer as you go along the way. The road presents itself to you the further along you travel the journey. I like to think of it like this, right? You could travel from London to Edinburgh, or you could travel from the east coast to the west coast of the States at night, just with your headlights on, seeing 20 feet in front of you. You don't need to know every single thing, right? In fact, it's impossible to know every single thing. All you need to know is the very next thing that's in front of you. So as I said, you could drive across the country at night with your headlights on, just seeing 20 feet in front of you. Don't let the fact that you don't know everything stop you, because you're never going to know everything. You just need to know the very next thing. But your ikigai can act as an orienting generalization. You can start off by saying, okay, what am I good at? What does the world need? What do I love? And what can I be paid for? And that's going to give you an orienting generalization, a rough idea of where you can and should start, so that you can get going and get started and get going along the journey. And your actual ikigai will present itself the further you go along that journey. Now, the second step in this system is to figure out your ideal customer's problems. You want to figure out exactly who it is that you're going to help. You want to get really clear on who it is you're going to help and what problem it is you're going to solve for them, or what additional new value you are going to bring to their life. Viewing it through the lens of what problem are you going to solve or what new value are you going to bring removes any element of doubt or fear or anything like that that can stop you getting started. Because if you simply think, who do I want to help and how do I want to help them, what problem do I want to solve, what new value do I want to bring, is going to help give you clarity on, okay, this is who I want to work with. But here are 3 things to follow when deciding who it is that you are going to help. Number 1, you want to make sure they're easy to contact. You want to make sure you can go out and find their contact details online. If you cannot contact these people, if you cannot find them, how are you going to reach out to them to essentially sell your solution? Secondly, you want to make sure that they've got money. You want to make sure that they've got expendable income if they are a consumer, or if they are a business, they're generating enough surplus revenue to be able to invest into your solution. Because it's much easier to solve rich people's problems. Now, you don't need to actually target rich people. You just don't want to sell to poor people. You want to make it so that there is no financial barrier to access to investing in your solution. And thirdly, you want to make sure that there's a big enough TAM. So TAM. So your TAM stands for your total addressable market. And this essentially represents the whole market that you can serve. Now, if your TAM is 8 businesses or 8 customers, that's not going to be a big enough TAM, a big enough market to essentially create a life or an online business that's going to sustain you for a long enough period. So you want to make sure that your TAM is hundreds, thousands, hopefully tens of thousands of potential businesses or consumers that you can actually work with. Because what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to deliver value over the long term that's going to create and sustain a long-term income. Don't want to be thinking about get rich quick schemes and fads and all this stuff. We want to be thinking, how can I deliver real value over a long enough time horizon so that I can actually invest in building my online freedom-based business that can sustain me for the next 10 to 20 years. Now, step number 3 is to build and configure a digital solution. Now, don't worry, I'm not talking about anything technical here. You don't need to code, you don't need to be a techie, anything like that. What I mean is that every single business has components that make up that business which can be delivered online. So it doesn't matter if they are a roofing company, it doesn't matter if they are a hair salon, it doesn't matter if they're a doctor's. Each of those businesses and all businesses has components that make up that business which can be delivered online. Now, you don't want to get stuck doing things where your service delivery has to be done in person. Your service delivery needs to be done online, and that way you can continue adding and delivering value to your customers 100% online, so you can do it from anywhere in the world. Now, examples of this could be running their social media, it could be running their Google ads, or even extending that to other platforms as well, like Meta ads. It could be building landing pages, it could be websites, it could be appointment scheduling, it could be building AI customer service agents, it could be anything. But the point is that the solution that you deliver to these ideal customers that you've already defined can be delivered 100% online. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, here is what I recommend you do next. Just below this video, there is a short application form to book in a call with me or my team, to book in a Freedom Clarity call. Now, this is a 60-minute call where we will actually deep dive into your current life situation, your experience, your resources, your time, and help you create an actual step-by-step battle plan so you can go out and actually create your own online business so you can travel the world. We will literally sit there and talk with you so that we can help you leave that call with complete clarity on how you can create your own life of freedom. Now, of course, this is an application process. We cannot give out an hour to everybody who applies, so we have to make sure that you meet the relevant criteria. So I just want to invite you to, as I said, go below this video, complete the short application form, and then me and all my team will be in touch about next steps, about hopefully booking in that call. But I just want to say thank you so much for investing your time into watching this free training. I hope you got some value out of it, and hopefully we get to speak on a call soon. Now, step 4 in this system is to develop what I call your MVS&M. Now, your MVS&M stands for your minimum viable sales and marketing. And what this means is this is the least amount of sales enablement material and the least amount of marketing assets that you need to actually go out there and start generating revenue. Now, we can very quickly get lost in the weeds of thinking we need to have all of these things done. And when it comes to building your sales and marketing material, there is definitely a point of diminishing return where there can be too many videos, too many blog posts, too many pages, that actually that time would have been better spent actually going out there and speaking to potential customers. And so basically, you just want to get very clear on what is the least amount of sales and least amount of marketing that you need to go out and actually start generating revenue and start landing some clients. Now, examples of this from a sales standpoint could be one primary email that is warmed up to increase deliverability. It could be one optimized LinkedIn profile that you can go out and start sending LinkedIn messages. It could be potentially one sales enablement deck that you can use to go through on a potential sales call, or it could be some fleshed out outreach templates that you can send to potential customers, or even some fleshed out sales script, right? That you know, okay, these are the questions that you're going to ask in what order when you speak to these people on the phone, right? What is the minimum amount of sales enablement material you need to have in place to actually go out there and start closing some deals? And then from a marketing standpoint, what is the minimum viable marketing that you need? Is it one YouTube video? Is it 3 YouTube videos that help position you as an authority in your industry that you can also incorporate into your outreach messages? Is it a website, or is it a simple one-page landing page website, which is all you need to start bringing in some customers? Now, sometimes when we're starting out, we don't actually know, okay, this is 100% the thing that I'm going to do. And sometimes you want to to take it out to the market and we want to test it. So sometimes if I've got a potential idea, I might get a short list of 500 different potential leads, and I'll run an outbound email campaign contacting them, and I can test the responsiveness and openness to the offer and the messaging that I'm sending. Now, if I haven't got my minimum viable sales and marketing in place, I'm not going to do the test enough justice. It's not going to be a true test because I haven't got the minimum viable sales and marketing in place that's going to allow me to actually see, right, have I done this test? Have I given it justice? Have I done it justice? But again, we don't want to do too much. We want to find where the point of diminishing return is and outline very clearly, this is the minimum viable sales and marketing that I need to start going out there and generating revenue. And once you've got revenue coming in, of course, you can reinvest that into growing your sales and marketing assets to bring in new customers. But just to get started, I'd be thinking one email, one social profile, one-page landing page, which essentially acts as a website. I'd have a sales script fleshed out and an outreach template. And that is usually all it takes to start bringing customers in through the door. And step number 5 is something called EAD. E stands for eliminate, A stands for automate, and D stands for delegate. Eventually, once you've got your online business sort of going a little bit, you want to have a little look at it and say, okay, what are the 20% of activities that I'm doing which are giving me 80% of my results? And what are the 80% of the activities that I'm doing which are actually generating the 20% of the results? And I want to get rid of 80% of the wasted effort that isn't getting my client results, and 80% of the wasted effort which isn't bringing me and my online business results. You essentially want to cut the fat. There's a saying, never automate what you can eliminate and never delegate what you can automate. So E stands for eliminate. You want to cut the fat and get rid of everything which isn't moving the needle forward. Once you've done that, you want to basically look, okay, this is the different set of components that make up my business, because your business is just a system that is made up of smaller components. And you want to have a look at that and say, okay, what can I automate? Now, there's very simple low-cost tools out there, tools and software which make it very easy for really anybody who has no technical experience and skills to go out there and start automating your mundane tasks. And worst case, you can go on Fiverr, Upwork and pay someone 20 quid and they will do it for you. So you want to start automating the mundane routine tasks which can take up your time, and that is time better spent either growing your business or just living life. And then once you've automated everything that you can inside of your business, you then want to delegate. You want to have a look, okay, here are the different things that I'm doing each day. Can I delegate them to a team member? Can I hire a VA? Can I outsource this? Can I hire a project manager or any other competent people who can actually do your job? Because surprisingly enough, we might not be that smart, and it can actually better serve you and your clients and customers to outsource the delivery of your work to people who are just better than us at it. And so the outcome of this, once you've eliminated what you don't need to do, you've automated the mundane tasks, and you've delegated the routine so that you no longer need to do it, you now have your time back so you can actually do things you find meaningful and live a life of excitement. Now, the result of all this is freedom. The freedom to do work you love and find meaningful from anywhere in the world. And the great thing about starting an online business is you win even if you lose, because the skills that you learn and develop and accumulate over the process of starting an online business make you a far more valuable person in the marketplace. This is the closest thing to a blueprint I could possibly imagine creating. Now look, I can't teach you how to make 20K a month online. I can't teach you how to make $1 million a year, but what I can do is help share some things that I've done that has allowed me to repeatedly make several $1,000s a month online so that I can actually live a life of freedom and travel the world doing work I love and find meaningful. Now, once you've got all this up and running, which depending on your time, it could take 3 months, it could take 6 months, it could take 1 month, it could take a year. It's gonna depend on your time, your resources, and essentially your commitment. But the very end of this is about creating systems, having a look at your total business, breaking the whole system down into smaller components, looking at the systems that make up those components of your business, and creating a foolproof system so that you can take the variability out of it and you can get your mind space back. And it's these systems which are going to ultimately liberate you from the actual day-to-day running of your online business. Okay, now perhaps you've made it this far in the video and you think all of this sounds great, but perhaps you feel you might need a little bit more exact guidance on this is exactly how you can do it with step-by-step breakdowns. Perhaps you need a little bit more hand-holding and support as well as a little bit of accountability and community. If that sounds like you, me and my team have put together a solution that will make it financially accessible for every single person watching this video to get the help, guidance, support, and information that you need to create a life of freedom. So if that sounds like you, simply click the link in the description below this video and you can find out more and just see if this looks like a fit for you. But thank you so much for watching and have a great day.